Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have us get started. I'm going to pass it over to Holly here in just a second to get us going. But I did want to let, for those of you who are on, thank you so much for joining. There is a questions spot for you to submit questions. Some of us that are on this webinar with Holly will monitor that box, but we might save questions to the end. So just hang in there with us. If you don't get a response right away, it may be a good question to read to the group. So Holly, it is all yours.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Jennifer. And thank you everyone for joining us today. Today we're going to talk about the evolution and future of key data. I'm Holly Hannes. I'm the Partner Relationship Manager here at Key Data. I manage our DMMO, your accounts here for the company. I've been with Key Data for about 4 months. Prior to joining this group, I was with the Telluride Tourism Board and was a dashboard user myself for the last 4 years. And just know when we're talking together that I've been in your shoes and I'm here to help you and make your data as valuable as possible for you and your company. Joining me today will be Melanie Brown. She's our Executive Director of Data Insights here, and Tyler Fisher, our Director of Enterprise Sales. Let's talk about Key Data's goals. Our 4 main goals here are to be the #1 trusted hospitality data source in the industry, to encourage data-driven decision-making in the vacation rental and destination industries, empower and validate operational strategy, marketing, and key stakeholder engagement for our customers, as well as expand Key Data internationally. The numbers. Key Data is the industry's only directly integrated, real-time, historic, and forward-looking data. We work with over 400,000 properties, 2,700 property managers and resorts, 205 destination marketing and management organizations, and we integrate with 63 individual property management systems. The people. Who are the people here at Key Data? Key Data currently employs 57 staff members on 9 different teams. 2022 was the largest new hire year for the company, with the addition of 17 new staff members, including me. Our team members reside in 4 countries and live in 27 different states. I'm going to now turn it over to Melanie Brown to talk about what the next 6 months look like.
Thanks so much, Holly. It's definitely something we're all interested in knowing, right? Is what the future holds. Obviously, the last few years have been pretty tumultuous around the globe for the entire short-term rental industry. But thankfully, we're starting to see kind of a new equilibrium being found. So most of you should be familiar with most of these KPIs. I'm just going to talk about kind of the main 3 ones for the US overall. First is the US adjusted paid occupancy rate, which is the number of guest nights out of the nights available to be rented. So we take away owner stays and maintenance holds or blocks from the equation and just look at nights available. On these charts, we have the last, I guess, 5 or 6 months and then the next 6 months. So we're looking at pacing through the summer. This is pacing, so everything prior to February would be final. Everything moving forward is what's on the books. So we're really comparing apples to apples. So for the previous 2 years, or excuse me, compared to 2022 and 2020, we're looking at reservations on the books by this time in that year. So around March and April of last year, we started to see the US adjusted paid occupancy rate drop below 2021 and 2020. So you'll notice that blue line for 2022 moving into 2023 is below the red line, which was 2021 moving into 2022 after January. So below the prior 2 years, but still well ahead of where we were in 2019 and 2020. That green line, you'll notice that blue line this year is kind of hanging out between the two. Lots of different factors going into this, and obviously it's a variable by market. One huge impact in the last 18 months has been a rapid increase in supply in a lot of areas. Obviously, supply hasn't increased rapidly everywhere. There's been a ton of short-term rental regulation in the past year, which is kind of putting a cap on supply in some places. But in a lot of markets, supply has increased so quickly year over year that it's outpaced the year increase in demand, which is starting to push some of those occupancy rates down. So people are still traveling. They just have more rentals to choose from, again, leading to a lower occupancy rate. Holly, let's go to the next slide. Actually, I'm out of order. Let's try the next one. Holly, do we have ADR in there?
We do.
There it is. Okay, good. So rates on the other hand we're still continuing to see some slight increases in rates year over year. The final 5 months or 4 months of 2022 were really in line with 2021. So as that occupancy rate was coming down, property managers lost some pricing power and had to adjust their rates slightly. So last year, by the end of the year, rates were pretty close to where they were the previous year. We had seen some huge 20-25% year over year increases in the prior year, which is why 2021 is so much higher than that green line, which was 2019 and 2020. So we did last year, again, at the end of the year, start to see ADRs settle a little bit. Moving into 2023, again, still way above where we were in 2019. So nightly prices are much higher than they were pre-pandemic. We're still showing some slight year-over-year increases. So again, that blue line this year is a little higher than red, which was last year. One thing we're hearing from a lot of property managers is they're keeping rates high. They're staying optimistic. As we get closer to those stay dates, they're beginning to drop rates to entice higher occupancy and more reservations. And so we may see that average daily rate for the summer start to come down. It'll certainly come down as the cheaper summer bookings come in, but I think we're kind of anticipating that it will end up closer to last year instead of staying well ahead like you're seeing on this chart now. So yeah, so what that means for adjusted RevPAR, sorry, again, we're out of order, is revenues are still higher than they were in the previous, or excuse me, we're all jumbled up at this point, Holly. RevPAR is slightly below where we were at this time last year. So you'll see that blue line is trending behind the red line, but only by a little bit and still well ahead of where we were again in 2019 and 2020. So the slight rate decreases and then increases moving through the summer have not totally offset the decline in occupancy, and RevPAR is starting to come down a little bit. Obviously, we're looking at this on a unit basis right now, but that has huge implications for your destinations as per rental revenue starts to decline a little bit. I don't think it's, super terrifying at this point yet. Right now, we're seeing some small marginal year-over-year declines. Destinations that rely heavily on winter months or so ski destinations are slightly behind where they were at this point last year, but not to the point where it should be kind of causing a huge scramble or a huge reshuffling, but it is certainly something to keep an eye on moving into 2023.
Great. Thanks so much, Melanie. I appreciate your insight as always.
Absolutely. Thanks, Holly.
Great. Let's talk about some new enhancements in the dashboard. You may have noticed that we now have data points on our line graphs as well as our bar graphs, which is super nice. Always remember that at the top of your screen or your top of your screen that those data points are what's reflected below. Let's see. In addition to the compare range, you'll now see the red is this year, excuse me, the blue is this year and red is last year. When you're looking at comparisons year over year, that dotted line does represent your pace. And when we talk about enhancements, let's talk about where the ideas for the enhancements come from. And that's you. That's our clients. They're calling me, they're calling us and saying, hey, we'd like to see this, or have you thought about this? And that's our opportunity to go back to our development team and our data science team and, you know, get those answers. Yes, we can do that. Let's do that. And it really takes your input and feedback into what comes next in our dashboards. Another new filter that we've added based on some client feedback is being able to, in your filters option, to exclude guests by state. Previously, you could exclude a state at a time, and now for those looking, you know, trying to look at their international market a little bit closer, you're able to just click the all US states. That excludes the states, and it just brings up your international data for your state and zip code scorecards, which is really important. Two new little tips and tricks. Up the top right of your dashboard, you'll see the little settings icon, and under that, you can see preferences, seasons, users, and events. When you log into your dashboard and you have multiple markets, if your main market that you are consistently looking at is not the default market, you could go into your settings, click preferences. It'll open up the screen to the left. There'll be a drop-down menu of all of your markets. You'll click on your default market, save that, and the next time you log in and for the future, your main market will be your default market. You can also add new users on your end as well by just clicking the users setting and adding them like you would on the screen to the right. Do know that you do need your new users' mobile phones as we do use two-way authentication through an app. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Tyler Fisher for some really exciting news on where Key Data is going as a company.
Thanks so much, Holly, and great insights there, Melanie. Always great hearing you touch on what's happening out there and what's ahead, because I know it's such a critical aspect of how our clients leverage our system. And Holly, I have to say, I absolutely love the new feature that you collaborated with our product team on for excluding US feeder markets so that you can really just see those international feeder markets. I know so many DMOs, that's the critical point right now is international markets rebound. So exciting stuff. And kind of on that exciting note, I'm really excited. I'm sure that the majority of you have seen some of our notifications and had conversations with us around our new partnership with Amadeus. And we're really excited in this capacity along with Amadeus in that we're able to present the opportunity for the complete accommodation picture in your market. So Key Data is really known for having kind of the cutting edge, future looking perspective for direct source data, scrape data for supply, booking source insights, and also feeder market data. And we're really excited in that the way that Key Data's data set and then Amadeus's TravelClick Demand 360 data set line up. That really is what kicked off partnership conversations in that both of our BI tools, Key Data's for the vacation rental industry, and then Amadeus's TravelClick Demand 360 for the hotel industry, encompass virtually the same mission with virtually identical data sets. And what this provides the opportunity for you all is to have both data sets in one spot with the trusted reliable platform metrics that you have currently for Key Data for hotel. So the Demand 360 product, if you're familiar and have conversations with your hoteliers, definitely probably a number of your board members will leverage this product. It's really leveraged for revenue management, understanding booking source, all kinds of key metrics, just like our Pro Data product. And the beauty of this data set being combined with the vacation rental data set is that it does give you that holistic picture. And that's what we look to present to you here. It's really the first time in the industry that you have all-encompassing, forward-looking hotel booking data. So you have ADR, you have occupancy and RevPAR, and a whole assortment of additional metrics, including pickup reports And being able to align that with vacation rental data is what we're so excited for. And as you can see here in this screenshot, and how you can look at these different metrics with both data sets separate to kind of look and understand how each accommodation profile is performing historically and in the future. As you know, different types of visitors book different types of accommodations, and it's so critical to understand each aspect of that. And that's where we're excited to kind of bring it into one system, because I know when you talk to your stakeholders, your operations team, that core aspect of being able to provide benchmark performance data that's guiding a lot of your decision making from a high level perspective, it is absolutely critical. And so having that forward looking vacation rental data and the hotel data, as you can see here, is really going to kind of knock it out of the park for you. And so that future looking component that you can see right here on this slide, as we're giving you the percentages, the actuals for the current year, the current time period, and then the compare range, the historical one for both data sets. And then of course, the UI in Key-Data's dashboard is going to generate some amazing visuals for you. And Holly, if you could go to the next slide. I just want to give you an example of specifically how the hotel data can present. So if you want to look at the standalone data set in the hotel data, this is how we can look to present it to you. So looking at understanding the historicals, we know there's existing data sets out there that are going to provide you the historical understanding for that hotel performance. But then looking at the future looking component, I just know so many conversations that the team and I and Holly have with our destination marketing organization clients is, what is that key season or that key event in the future? How is that pacing? And you can now do that with the hotel data in tandem with the vacation rental data. And I know that's like the key make or break thing in a lot of stakeholder conversations. So we're thrilled to be able to represent that within the dashboard. And Holly, if we could go to the next slide. And so just looking at a different way to be able to generate comparisons, because you're looking at the capability to understand benchmarking hotel performance in specific subregions or competitive regions to be able to see how you're doing relative to your competitors, and then what specific submarkets of yours are outperforming other markets, and to understand the visitor demand within your market and outside that. So we're able to kind of present that in our traditional format with those wonderful values that Holly had mentioned here with our recent enhancement. And you'll also be able to look at the two data sets separated. And then we're really striving to be able to give you the best insights out of the combined data set. So a core objective in this data alignment and partnership with Amadeus is not just to present data, but to give you the whole perspective on insights, on what you're looking to achieve, what questions you're looking to answer, and then provide you those insights that you really strive for. And if we could go to the next slide. So what I've been talking about for the most part is that component of your operations with understanding performance. How have I been doing? Where am I going? What's my roadmap for performance for the accommodation understanding and visitors coming into market? Well, it's such a cool thing that Key-Data is able to provide context to what platforms are being utilized to book stays within your markets. Within our direct source data on Key-Data side for vacation rentals, we're able to show you what OTA or direct source booking percentage is being encompassed and leveraged by the vacation rental visitor, the people booking that. What's the preference market to market? How do you improve that? How do you improve the guest experience when they're here so that they come back and book directly? And this understanding also helps you drive ROI for your marketing campaigns. As you look to leverage those marketing dollars and then optimize and know where the visitor is booking so that you can target your marketing accurately and really target those key booking platforms, because they vary market to market. And your direct source booking percentage is really going to drive the inherent value of explaining the guest experience, because people that came to your market had a great experience with the vacation rental are going to book direct most likely. So a high direct booking percentage is going to show great value there. And then on the flip side, this is what we're stoked about too, with the hotel data, because with this Demand 360 data from TravelClick that we're rolling into the platform as an option for you, you're going to see these booking source opportunities for the hotel data too. So understanding the booking patterns of guests when they're booking for stays in your market and then competitive markets too, to be able to understand that, and then once again allocate your ad campaign dollars for the specified markets that are going to generate the best ROI for you. All right, and I've got one more item that is a key differentiator as you look to kind of align data sets and your objectives. It's the feeder market data. So with our direct source data on vacation rentals within the Key Data platform, we have an assortment of reporting tools to understand where your revenue is coming from, which zip codes are coming at specific times, seasonality, historical understanding, and then also future looking understanding for growth opportunities or other influential changes that can help you optimize your marketing campaigns. So we have that for vacation rental, and I'm super excited to say that for the first time that it's going to be established for hotels. So the TravelClick data has a really gargantuan data set for feeder market data with this Demand 360 product that we're rolling this data set into our solution. So you're able to understand and differentiate the booking patterns of specific feeder markets at specific times historically and in the future for vacation rental and hotels. And then once again, combining that. And this is just, I get excited about this because when you start to understand the seasonality of your market and when people are coming, and then as you're optimizing your booking windows in accordance with those feeder markets, you're able to really target and optimize those campaigns to once again generate that ROI for stakeholders and the board members. So we're excited about this and really excited to share. We do encourage you to reach out for a full demonstration of this Amadeus solution, as we're definitely encroaching upon key seasonal times as we look at spring break times and then peak summer season. No matter what your market is, we're excited to be able to show you this. So please give us a shout regarding this, and we're happy to give you a full demo because timing is definitely important across the board.
Great, thanks, Tyler. Tyler, let me ask you a question. What do you think is the #1 difference between our new hotel product versus other maybe competitor products that are working in hotel data?
Sure. I think the most traditional difference when you're looking for what's established out there within the marketplace for hotel performance reporting is the future looking capability of this TravelClick data. So the immense data set from the hoteliers that leverage the TravelClick Demand 360 BI tool, feeding this data set to really kind of power your decisions is that forward-looking capability. Is understanding the future performance, what is on the books for hotels, and how is it pacing this year compared to last year? How's it pacing relative to vacation rental data? And being able to understand and communicate that appropriately for your operations team for decisions, but then also to your stakeholders too. All three of those metrics and then a whole assortment of KPIs beyond that is a brand new data set that's very powerful. That's one component. And then the second and third components that are new to market is the booking source data from actual reservations. So those reservation booking source insights being rolled up into reports. We've got, as you all know, within our dashboard, we have 4 or 5 different direct source booking reports. The booking curve is one that I absolutely love that's very powerful. So all these reports will be fueled by the hotel data within them to be able to maximize them. And then of course the feeder market data. It's the first time that actual reservation level data being rolled up for booking insights in historical and future market bookings for hotel data is available. So that's exciting too. I mean, all three of those are leveraged in different capabilities within your standard operations, but very unique. You have your hotel communication staple of the performance information, and then on the marketing side, really leveraging those booking source insights, booking window, booking curve, and then booking source and the feeder market data. It all rolls up together.
Great. Thanks so much, Tyler. I appreciate that great insight. And as I said, the future looks bright.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we absolutely appreciate your partnership. Do we have any questions, Jennifer?
I did not have any questions come through, but Holly, how can folks get a hold of you if they do have any questions?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always reach out to me on via email. My email is Hollie, HOLLIE .Hannahs, HANNAHS @keydata-dashboard.com.
Fantastic. I just also want to put too, Holly is going to be doing a webinar once a quarter. And if you guys would love to see something, I always love that feedback post webinar. So Holly, I encourage that for your client base here as well.
Absolutely, please. And reach out, book some time with me. And I look forward to talking with each of you soon. And thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great day.